Right, good morning. If you're just joining in, I want to say welcome. We've been corresponding via emails for a long time, and now finally we are meeting. That's so beautiful. We start in 4 minutes. We said this meeting starts 10, so we start 4 minutes. It's going to be a great time today. It's nice seeing you all. Let's just so I'm gonna drop a form in the comment section on Zoom, and then those who, of course, like here, you'll be able to fill it out. Mm,
Go on here.
all right. I want to say big welcome to everyone. It's been long coming. Yeah, we've we started this journey. I think what, maybe 2 months or so ago, and we've been talking, sending emails. We started by filling out the form. We had a lot of people, almost 300 people, fill the registration for this. I won't call it registration per se. I will call it application. Almost 200 people. I mean, 300 people filled. 291, 94 or so filled these, and then it shows that yeah, a lot of people are expecting value, and I know we will deliver. So we shortlisted around 120 people, send message to 120 people, around 90 uh, responded. So we expect those who will be joining this to be around 90, so to speak, 90 there by 100. And as we move on, definitely the number will reduce, not because those who started they don't actually see value in this, or simply because yeah, people sometimes can be very busy. People sometimes commitment is hard. Yeah, so those are some of the things we talk about too. Commitment to a certain thing. Commitment is very, very, very hard. So I will share my screen so we can start. Let me share this form in the chat section
Imagine
so
I don't
that
get phone.
those who are
How could
here
they do
can
all these
start
things?
filling. David, you're saying, are you the only one that can't hear me? No, I just started talking now, so you should be able to hear me now. If you can hear me, just put,
Not
just say in the chat box that you can hear me.
because of it, they use and do anything. But
Okay, good. All right, so in the chat section, I'm going to put this form there now. You fill this form after the meeting, okay? The form is to sort of collect the feedback, and all you just need to put is your name, your email, and your feedback. And sometimes you may have questions that you may not be able to ask in the general sense, or that you may not be able to, or things you may not be able to share in the general forum. You can definitely put it in the feedback section too. So I will share the form with you now. And of course, as I mentioned in some of the emails that you have received, I mentioned the fact that this very first meeting is very important. It is those who started this that will continue with the next meeting, and then next meeting, on and on and on. That's why I said I know the number of those who will continue will drastically reduce, because commitment can be very hard to. Commitment can be very hard to. All right, so I'm going to share my screen now so we can begin something. Okay, screen.
I don't hear that. This is not Redeemed Church, Anglican Catholic Church.
Okay. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Can see your screen.
Just to be sure, let me just.
A
lot of things handling so many things. I'm using 2 screens here, so. Okay, good. You can see the screen. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. So we start the mentorship program. We run for some months, basically. Run for for at least 6 months. And of course, many of the relationship built here will continue afterwards. The relationship will continue afterwards. And then we will achieve a lot of things. We will discuss a lot of things. So our topics will range from different, because it's, remember, if you followed me from the very beginning, we mentioned that our topics, what we'll discuss, will range from different topics, will range from different spheres, different areas, different aspects. I know many people talked about scholarship, funding, this and that. Yeah, these are the things we will do too, but it will range from all aspects. We won't just limit ourselves to all the scholarship thing, just funding things and the likes. We discuss life purpose, we discuss time management, not necessarily in this order, okay? We'll discuss relationship, friends, in career, relationship, in all spheres, general relationships, okay? We'll discuss career, what direction should you go? And note, all these topics will be linked with each other. Okay, it is the way we'll discuss it. It will be linked with one another, and then we will. Most of those ideas will come from you too, because it's a discussion. It's a forum. It's not just a one-man teaching thing. Okay, it's a forum that will involve every one of us, all of us. For those who can talk, who can speak using the mic here, you have the opportunity to talk and give your idea. Of course, because we are building relationships here too. It's not just, there's a difference between a forum where people just come and listen to someone talk and then, oh, the teacher is great. One of the things we are also doing here is to build relationships with each other, with one another. So when you talk, you want to tell us about yourself. For example, if I ask a question, you want to tell us about yourself. You want to tell us about what you do. Who knows? So you might have a client here too. Things, long-term relationships can be developed here, and that I'm also very particular about that, because I'm very big on long-term relationships. So we talk about relationship, we talk about career, we talk about addictions. These are some of the issues in the society that we should be responsible for to them. Not necessarily responsible in the sense that we caused it, but responsible in the sense that if we know the right thing, we can obviously do something about it. And so some of the things we will do is to learn the right thing under this, learn the right thing, and then be encouraged to do the right thing to affect the society, to make impact on the society. Okay, so we talk about marriage, very important. Of course, relationships lead to marriage, and who knows, God may be leading one person to another. Things happen. We talk about marriage, what marriage should look like, parenting in marriage. We talk about all these things. We talk about education, of course. We talk about education in the broad sense. We talk about it on a personal level too. Of course, we talk about all the scholarship thing, funding, everything. These are some of the things we talk about in career and the likes too, under career development, blah, 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 and the likes. We talk about politics, because politics, whether you like it or not, it affects everything. It affects your standard of living. It affects your life. Irrespective of where you go on the planet Earth, you will see people, you will see how politics, policies shape your life. Okay. If you like, go to US, if you like, go on to Canada, if you like, on to UK, if you like, politics affects everything. We'll talk about our role as citizens. What should we do? Our participation. Should we just fold hands while things just happen, and fold hands helplessly while we can do nothing about it? So we'll talk about all these things. We also talk about spirituality too. We talk about God. Do you even believe God exists in the first place? How does it shape what we do? How does it shape our decisions? How does it shape things about us? So we talk about all these things, but not necessarily in this order. It's not necessary that it will be in this order, but we'll just pick each topic per meeting, and it may also even not just be that we'll finish a topic in a meeting. It may be that we have to split a topic within 2 meetings if it's becoming so heavy. And our aim is not to go beyond 2 hours. Okay? It can be any time between 1 hour and 2 hours. So try to clear those your day. For now, we have the last weekend in every month for the meetings. Last weekend in every month for the meeting for now. Okay, if need be, we may need to increase and probably add maybe a second meeting in a month, maybe just make it twice in a month if need be. For now, it will be once in a month, every last weekend. And of course, we'll do it till around, who knows, till we are sure that we have arrived at a very big destination, then we'll bring in another batch. Of course, it's not restricted. Even those from an old batch can always join, depending on how much relationship we have built, we have forged, depending on what your, what do you call it now? Depending on what your strengths are, what we have perceived that you carry. Of course, I won't be the only one talking in all these things. There will be people who will come around from different spheres, those who have achieved a lot of things depending on the topic. We have professors, those who are professors in the USA already. We have those who are, who are was PhD holder. Most of my friends are either PhD holders or those who are ministers in that category. We have some of my mentors come around to talk to because I believe in mentorship. That's why we are doing this. Some of my mentors who have gone ahead will come and talk to during some of these sessions. We have those who are in different areas, music, those who are in coding business, those who are in different areas. They will come around to talk to because it's very important you see from the people's views, different views, hear from different views. We have those who are successful in their marriage, those who are successful as a mother, those who are successful as a wife and the likes, as husband. We have them talk. Those who are successful in business, we have them come around and talk to. So we have different ideas, different views, but of course, there will be people who share similar values with what we are trying to gain, okay, which is affecting the society positively.
Yeah,
all right. For those who are just joining in, let me send in the are there noises in the background? Okay.
Henrietta, please mute your mic.
All right. I'm sorry for that. I didn't turn on my speaker so I don't disturb anyone. So I'm just saying that there was who is still talking? Sheriff. Okay, I've muted everyone, don't worry. No one can. Okay, so please, if you are just coming, please mute your mics. It's very, very, very important. You don't have to disturb others. You don't have to disturb others. Okay, yeah. Thank you for those who brought it to my attention in the comment section. All right. Okay, so I'm pasting the form again and we can begin. All right, all right, all right. 1 minute. Let me try and make sure nobody is able to unmute themselves until I make it possible. Some of these things can be, when you are using so many screens at once. Okay. Let's just continue. These are some of the things we will improve on as make sure nobody is able to mute themselves until we ask it. Because I'm using so many different screens, using PowerPoint, using YouTube at the same time, everything, it's a lot going on my side. Okay. Okay, so please, if you consistently disrupt the meeting by unmuting yourself and talking, I'll just remove you from the meeting, okay? All right, good. Let's turn to the next slide. First question, what do you think is the most important thing to you in life? So if you just scan the code there, it will take you to a session where you can answer the question and it will show so what is the most important thing to you in scan the code, answer the questions, and let's see your question. I mean, let's see the answers to questions. It will show on this. Everyone will be able to see it. Someone said God, career, and family. God, career, and family. Okay, what is the most important thing to you in life? Money. Someone said money because everything is centered around it. Okay. Someone said fulfillment of God-given purpose. Fulfillment of God-given purpose. Okay, so what's your answer? Scan the code. Let's see. Scan the code. What is the most important thing to you in life? You can also go to this web slido.com and then just put in that code. Someone said relationships, purpose. That's the most important thing to you in life. Relationships, purpose. Relationships, purpose. Okay. Answer the question. What is the most important thing to you in life? Answer the question. Leaving Nigeria to the United States to unlock better opportunities and live in a working good system. I believe good you want to write. Okay, interesting. Someone said purpose, career, and my name. Someone said leaving Nigeria to the United States. Most important thing in life. Well, when you get to the United States, what will be the most important thing to you? Okay, okay. Someone said being fulfilled and impactful in whatever I embark on. Okay, interesting conversation. Someone said career, money, and my mom. Nice one. 16 people have participated. Please participate. What's the most important thing to you in life? Like God, peace, health, and money. That's interesting. That's interesting. Someone said, getting the most out of my education and changing the life we live in the village. Someone said, fulfilling purpose and helping lives. Being useful to God, family, health, and wealth. Someone said to hear, well done, faithful servant. Okay, let's receive more. Let's receive more interesting answers. God and purpose. Okay, so people wrote God 17 times. People wrote family 13 times. People wrote purpose 9 times. The song said relation with God, family, health, and fulfilling purpose. So we've used purpose a lot. A lot of people have used purpose. A lot of people have used God, family, purpose, impact, serving humanity through my knowledge, public health. Okay, humanity, career growth, and my family. God, family, money. I say my family and my education. My family and my education. I say channeling my talents and gifts to fulfill purpose wherever or whatever I find doing myself. Whatever I find is serving humanity through my knowledge of public health. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Of course, I believe we can serve humanity with things we have studied in school. I believe strongly. Someone said God, education, and living Ghana. I think I can have an idea of someone who is saying that from Ghana. Okay. All right. So we have 31 people who have responded. I don't think there's anyone actively trying to write now. Okay. Okay. Someone is still writing. Using my education as a key to succeed in life. Using my education as a key to succeed in life. Using my education as a key to succeed in life. Someone said, with God, things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Okay. All right, let's move to the next slide. But before we move to the next slide, you can see here that a lot of people involved in their answer. Out of 32 persons who responded to these, 32 responses, 20 used God. 20 used God in their response. They used God. 15 used family. That means for a lot of us, God is very important to us. And of course, a lot of us, family is very important. And a lot of people believe that purpose is also very important. A lot of people believe purpose is very, very, very important. Just trying to make things continue to work properly. Okay, it's a lot of setting here. All right, so let's move to the next mouse. Okay, good. Now, since a lot of people talked about purpose, so the first topic we are discussing in this is our purpose. Is our purpose in life. 1 minute. Are people finding it difficult to access the form? Oh, okay, the code for this. Okay. Let me just, don't worry, when we are to answer questions again, I will definitely, include the link. I can send the link. Yeah, okay, someone is saying the form again. Yeah, I'm sending the form again. This is the form. Oh, spicy. I sent it to someone individually. So for the form, if it's not opening, you have to use Gmail to be able to open it. You have to be on a Gmail account to be able to open it. Okay. All right. You have to be on a Gmail account to be able to open it. Okay. Now, what is our purpose in life? Now, many times, a lot of people have asked the question, in fact, at a point in time in your life, you will come to ask that question, what is your purpose in life? You will come to ask that question, what is your purpose in life? And I tell you, one of the things that keep a lot of people going in life is purpose. So some of these questions we answer in the next in the next slide. But in your heart, I'll say, do you know your own purpose? Because number one, there's a big saying that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. That's a very popular saying. Abuse is inevitable when the purpose of a thing is not known. And it's very important that we know what our purpose is in life because it gives direction to our life. It gives direction to us. So it's very, very important that we are able to know what our purpose is. So in a general sense, let me ask this question, and at this point, I will ask you to unmute your mic if you want to answer. What do you think collectively as humans, our purpose is in life? As humans, what do you think our purpose is in life? So if you want to answer that question, you can unmute yourself and answer that question. Okay, Johnson, let's start with you, Johnson.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, Johnson.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So for me personally, from my own point of view, I feel my answer would be that as humans, collectively, our purpose on earth is to make positive impacts and leave the world in a better state. when we finally leave. Make meaningful impacts, and in all you do, make sure you create a lasting impression and an impact where things will be easy for those coming behind you. Thank you.
Making positive impact. Very beautiful.
Can you buy me drop?
Sunday, you want to talk? Yes, you can unmute yourself, Sunday. Sunday. Okay, Sunday is not more Camillo. Okay, you can unmute yourself.
So good day, everyone.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Johnson, he has said everything basically that I want to say. All my points are basically encapsulated in what he said. I believe our purpose in life generally is for us to help each other and make life basically easier for one another. That is, we should try to be our brother's keeper. So in all we do, we should just endeavor to make life easier, try to help others as much as we can, because life can be really unfair to some people. What some people see as privilege is some other people's normal state of living. So it's not really an equal world. So we should just try to level it up through our good deeds and through our kindness, basically. So I believe that is what we are here to do for each other.
Very important point. You said we should try to level it up. We should try to be there for one another, help each other. Very important point. Alvin, let's have you.
Yes.
Okay, please, when you want to talk, I think we should introduce ourselves, just mention our names, something like that. Then
okay. So my name is Alvin Shiveka. I'm a graduate of supply chain management or procurement from Kenya. So what I think about my purpose in life is first is good health. One is supposed to have good health because even you can have a lot of money, but still you don't have good health. That money just mean nothing to you. So that is the first thing. Another purpose in life, my purpose in life actually, is using my education. My education, I'm supposed to utilize my education well and remove my family from that poor background in the village and at least be somewhere in life. Yeah, that's all for me today.
Okay, beautiful. So, who else? Is there anyone who wants to answer again? Let me give opportunity for one more person before we move. Okay, Oluwafemi, let's have you. Purpose in life. What is our purpose collectively in life, or what do you think our purpose in life?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. I was expecting a male.
Yeah, it's actually a female. Yeah, my name is Oluwafemi Alamu. And collectively, our purpose in life is to serve and glorify God through various spheres of our life. And this includes our education, marriage, our physical life, our finance, and our emotional life. Thank you.
To glorify God in all these ways. Glorify God. Now, I will ask you as a person, personally, do you know your purpose? Now, this question is very important because when you look at animals, for example, animals, okay, some people are saying their network keeps signing them out. Their network keeps signing them out. Okay. Just keep trying to get back in. Sometimes network issues, and I don't know. We have no control over that. We have no control over that. All right. Just try keep when the network send you out, just keep getting back in, and then we keep it going. All right. So, because I was talking about animals, humans and animals, we all share this space called Earth, right? And, sometimes when you think about it, animals, what are they even doing? They're just there. Some, you rear them, you kill them, eat them. Some are used as pets. Some are just in the wild, in the jungle, forest, and then, the survival of the fittest going on there. One animals killing each other, trying to survive. Then you shift your attention to humans. How are we different from animals? Animals are just trying to survive, right? Eventually, they they eat other animals or they get eaten by other animals. They are either eating or or they have to eat other animals or kill other animals too. And that's the end of journey for them. That's the end of their own life. What makes us different from animals? Animals are also trying to live good. They're also trying to, when there is rain, they know to go into a place where there is shelter. When there is, when things are happening, they know how to run for help. They know how to go into places for help. What make humans distinct from animals? I want to hear your opinion. What makes us distinct? What differentiates us from animals? Animals also want the best life for themselves, right? They want the best food. They want to be in a good environment. They want to jackpot. If for the fact they do this jackpotting regularly, they relocate from places to place, seeking for greener pastures. Animals do that too. Animals want they look hunt for food everywhere because for us, our daily life too, we are hunting for food, trying to get things to eat for ourselves and our family. They care for their family. If you see everything we wrote as some of the things that are most important for us, almost most of the people who wrote about family. 15 people out of around 32 responded to that, wrote about family. And family is important to them. If you look at animals, families is also important to them. They take care of their families. They move their family along as they migrate, as they journey around. They do all these things. The big question for us, what differentiates us from animals? But before we go to do you know your purpose, I want 2 or 3 people to answer that. What do you think differentiates us from animals? And raise your hand if you want to answer, then I'll ask you to unmute it. What differentiates us from animals? Eugene, you want to answer? What differentiates us from animals? Johnson, yeah, thank you, Johnson. Johnson will be my friend. He's been answering questions. Teachers in class.
Okay, for
Wait, Johnson.
me,
Wait,
okay.
teachers in class, when they have a student that always answer their questions, that eventually that student will become a friend. So Johnson, let's have you.
Okay, for me personally, I'll say what differentiates us from animals. One, that quest to stand out in life, to think from different angles and perspective, and basically those are just the few points I can come up with right now.
To
Thank you.
stand out in life. Well, interestingly, animals too, they always want to stand out. They want to be the king. There's this debate going on, who is the king of the jungle. Animals too want to be, they want to, they want to dominate territory. Okay, that's some of the things they do when they get into a new territory. Yes, alternate Sunday, you can unmute yourself. What differentiates us from animals? How are we different? Yes,
Okay,
yes, you can talk.
okay. Man have a conscience. Animal does not have a conscience. Can you hear me? I said man have conscience. Animal don't have conscience.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I heard that. Yes. Okay, man has conscience. Animal does not have conscience. Oluwaseyi, let's have you.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, from my perspective, I believe one of the things that differentiates us from animals is our level of sophistication when it comes to intelligence. We are far, far more intelligent than animals. So, and the second thing, looking at the spiritual perspective, the difference is that we human beings were made in the image of God, while animals are not made. So I think that's it for my answer.
Okay, we are sophisticated, we're intelligent, we are made in the image of God. Okay, beautiful. Similoluwa, let's have you.
Yeah, good day, everyone. My name is Similolua Ogle. So, in in terms of surviving, I think we are not different from animals because they have their own means of surviving. We also have our own means of surviving. So, but in terms of intellectual, we are much more smarter than the animals. That's why our means of surviving is much more greater than theirs. Yes.
Okay, we are much more smarter, and of course, we can see that in the innovations that we've had today, from generations to generations. Animals don't have that sophistication that we are. They don't have it. Margaret, let's have you.
Okay, so good day, everyone. I'm
Good
Margaret
day.
from Poland. Yes, please. And I want to say one difference between us and animals is that we have a high sense of reason and high level of reasoning. So we are able to leverage on lots of resources like our human resource, financial resource, and other things, and then bring something better out of it to make our lives better compared to animals. Yes, please.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Adiowo, let's have you.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good
Good
evening, everyone.
evening.
Yeah, I think as humans, what makes us different from animals is that we are made in the image and likeness of God. So we are better emotionally, we are more intelligent.
We are more intelligent, better emotionally, made in the image. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Margaret, have I called you? I think so.
Yes.
Yes. Alvin, yeah, let's have you. What differentiates us?
Okay, my name is Alvin. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Alvin. Maybe to add on what others have said, maybe in terms of moral and ethical reasoning, you find that human beings can choose between right and wrong, of which animals cannot.
Humans
Yeah,
can choose between right and wrong.
right and wrong. Yeah.
Animals cannot. Okay. Tulokme, yes, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tulu Lokwe, and I'm a graduate of computer engineering in Nigeria. So, in my own opinion, I want to say that humans are believed to be made up of body, soul, and spirit. So that's also a place for being made in the image of God. Meanwhile, animals, can have their body. Then there's a belief for soul, but not really for spirits. And that's why as humans, we always have this sense of afterlife. But animals, they just go about living their life and it just goes on and on like that. Thank you.
Body, soul, and spirit. So what does animals have?
Some would say they have body and soul, but not spirit, because we are unique in our spirit as humans. Meanwhile, animal, not really in that sense.
Okay. Interesting. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I'm sharing the form in the chat box again so that you can fill it either towards the end of the meeting or after me. Someone is saying she or she cannot access it. We will deal with that towards the end. All right. All right. Now, do you notice in the answers to these are our questions? Yeah. Let me go back. When we asked the question about what is the most important thing to you in life, now, do you know that animals have family? Animals can have family. I'm finding my cursor. Animals can have family. Animals, well, purpose, depending on how you define purpose, animals can have purpose too. Okay? Those who said their purpose um, is to their family. Animals have that too. They have families. They can have purpose to that. Of course, animals they career in the sense in which we have it. Animals don't have career. Yeah. Health. Animals are concerned about health too. They are concerned about health too. And I can't find my cursor to move to where I want it to. Sorry, guys. So animals, they of course they don't need money. Their own survival is just hunting, getting things. So, and health, yes, they have their health to think about. Education, of course, depending on how you define education, formal or informal, they gain that too. They gain that too. So, but you see, there's things that animals can have. The very first thing which everyone talked about is God. They don't have that sort of consciousness which we have. And that is one of the ways we define our purpose. Many people define their purpose and attaching it to God. Okay? Many people define it attaching it to education. Many define the purpose attaching it to making money. Okay, it's still about survival too. Animals can have to. But God is one thing, of course, which they can not have. I just wanted to point that out. All right, let's move forward to the next question. Of course, while many people were talking, we're talking about purpose. How do you discover your purpose? I just want you inputs. How do you discover your purpose? How do you discover your purpose? So Similolu, are you raising your hand for the new question? How do you discover purpose? Just one or two. And he has to look like, okay, praise. Yeah, let's have you praise. How do you?
Okay, good
Yeah.
afternoon. Okay, my name is Praise. So for me, I feel like we discover our purpose through what we find delight in, what we find joy in doing. Like in the aspect of making impact, I feel like I feel like you find purpose in, okay, I love this kind of thing and I want to like make impact through it. So for me, it's what you find joy in doing or what you're delighted in doing.
What you find joy in doing or what you are delighted in doing. Beautiful answer, beautiful answer, beautiful answer. All right. Tolulokpe, let's have you.
Okay, thank you. For me, I'm a fan of having to say that finding purpose for everyone may be different. So there's not really a one way answer to that. But I'll
I
say
agree.
Finding purpose can be around looking into your talent and gift. And when you have talent and gift, you can now direct it to maybe something you have built or making impacts that still relates to that talent and build that you have. You have a passion for something that was developed from your talent or gift. You were educated in something, so you can, find purpose through that. Thank you.
You have talent and gifts, you have passion for it, and you can develop it. It can lead to your purpose. Yeah, very related to what Chris said. Thank you, thank you. Francisca, let's have you.
Hello, can you hear
Hi.
me?
Loud and clear, Francisca.
Yeah, my name is Francisca Buchi from Ghana. So I think
You are the
you
one
can find your
who wants to leave
purpose.
Ghana, right?
I want to Japa.
You want to Japa, yes, I know.
So I think
Okay.
you can find your purpose when you do things that makes you feel fulfilled. Things things you can do and don't feel bored about, and things you do that makes you feel very happy. Thank you.
Okay, things that make you feel fulfilled. Very beautiful answer. Very beautiful answer. Deborah, let's have you. What do you think? How do we discover?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Deborah.
My name is Deborah Anisi. Okay, you can discover your purpose by what you love doing. Those things you always, whenever you're doing, you find yourself doing, it's uh so easy, and you have a passion on doing it, and yeah, those things can actually help you in drawing you closer to what it's your purpose, or like you don't have stress on achieving it, or you do it at ease, and whenever you're doing it, you after doing it, you are satisfied and fulfilled with it.
Yeah, okay, beautiful. Beautiful. What you love doing, what you find ease with, and just do it easily, easily. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Oluwaseyi, let's have you too.
Okay, sir. Okay, from my end, earlier you asked us a question about the purpose of the human race generally. So, to the question of how do you discover your purpose, but I feel like it's a bit specific. I believe we are talking about specific purposes now, and I think in a bit to do that, we need to like discover our uniqueness. What I as an individual can contribute, what is unique to me that I can contribute to the end that the human race achieves that purpose, that general purpose, so to say. I don't know if I've been able to communicate it.
Yeah, you communicated uniqueness, which is very important because our individuality matters a lot. Many times when we think about purpose, we want to copy someone else. We want to say, oh, I've seen someone do this. I also want to do this. And we are trying to do that same thing. Sometimes we may not be cut out for such. And sometimes it may not be in our own capacity to be able to do that. And then we run into troubles, we run into problems eventually. So you are very correct that our uniqueness matters. Okay, let me take this last response. Okay, this last two response on this question. We move to the next one. Segun Akorede, yes, you can answer the question. How do we discover?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Segun Akorede. Actually, to what people have been sharing, I don't know if I can ask a question about that, because to some extent, I also believe that what we find passion doing, what we find maybe we are pleased doing, could be a kind of a pointer to someone's purpose. But then there are some certain persons that are very gifted in many things. They are multi-talented people. So to me, I'm thinking it can even become somehow confusing that they don't really know what to do, because maybe I can sing, I can play football, and all of these things I find fulfillment in doing them. I love doing them. Like there are things that you can't even combine them together. That you know that these things I'm doing, I have joy in doing them, but I can't combine all of these things together. I can't say these things are my career. These are the paths I want to go into. So um, at such a point, one might actually become confused that is this really my purpose? So it's kind of like it looks somehow to me that I don't really think that definition really go well. I'm beginning to see it as though it's kind of a weak pointer to really know the purpose of someone in life. I agree that to some extent it might be a pointer, but to some extent at the same time, I think it's still a weak pointer to someone's specific purpose. Actually, I believe that in in understanding and knowing one's purpose, God factor is very, very important. God factor is very, very important because I believe that there is a manual for everyone to be able to look into and know his or her purpose in life. So God factor is very, very important, more than uh, the passion, more than having deriving joy in what we do. Though that might actually be a pointer, but to me, it's still a weak pointer.
Thank you. You have a very beautiful submission. And then I love the way you drove your logic, the way you drove it down, and then you brought us into your real submission. That was very beautiful, Sheldon. That was very beautiful. Very beautiful. And I agree with what you said. I agree. Adiowo, what do you think? How do you discover your purpose?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Adil Ogeneruke. How do you discover your purpose? I think sometimes some people discover their purpose by accident, like my brother. Some people you just maybe see people doing things and you decide to do it and you find out that you're really good at it as well. I think there's no one way to say this is how someone can discover their purpose, but I think God can actually help to also help you discover your purpose. And I think sometimes people are more confused because they feel like, oh, I'm good at this and I'm good at this. So which one should I face? And sometimes it's not possible to combine the both things together. So I think the God factor is important, like the last speaker was saying.
Factor is important. Now, in fact, it's easy to even punch holes through a general definition, which I agree with. But again, it's easy to point holes through it because if you look at serial killers, for example, they are good at what they do. They know how to target their victim, get them, they know where to put them, they know things to use, kill them, and then do continue their life. They are good at this thing. Some of them find, in fact, many of them, not even almost all of them find joy in what they do. They love doing it. And some of them will say, oh, that's their purpose. That's what they feel. And if they tell you why they are doing it, you will feel their intellectual arguments are strong. Some of them, there was one guy that was arrested some times ago, many years ago. They call him Unibomber. We sent bombs to people. He was mathematics professor or something. But he started having issues with civilization, with developments that were going on. And he started having this weird idea that we shouldn't civilize beyond a certain level. I mean, he had his own reasons, okay? And he went into a place, secluded place, built a small hut for himself where he lives, and he sent bombs to people to kill prominent people and all the likes. We just send it as a mail to them. He was a serial killer. He had his own, that he called that as his own purpose. If he will put his argument and then intellectually, those arguments are strong. But see what he's doing is destroying people's life, killing people. Okay? That cannot be a purpose. So we must find beyond just doing what we love, doing what we we enjoy doing. Beyond that, we must go and see that what does this thing have on humanity? Okay, what does it have on us? What effect does it have on us, on our family, on humanity at large? And what is the motivation for what we are doing? I think to really define discovery of our purpose, we really need to delve into that. And I love many people brought their discussion of God. If you believe, now, I know not everyone believes that there is a God, but if you believe that there is a God, you believe that there is a purpose for the creations. Okay, if you build something now, for example, I write codes. When I write my code now, there is a purpose for the code. If the code is not doing what I want to do, I try to fix it and adjust it because there is something I'm trying to achieve. And that still boils down to the very first question, what is purpose in life? And everyone, the general purpose, everyone, each individual will have a part to play in each of the purposes. And we will go through it through different means. We discover it through different ways, like Adeola has said, through different ways, like many people have said, through different means. But eventually, when we try to combine everything together, my purpose, your purpose, everyone's purpose, it should still align towards a single goal. It should still align towards a single goal. I'm one of those who believe that we don't just exist on earth by accident. I'm one of those who believe that the design of the earth is too accurate and precise to be an accident, to be just a work of randomness, of chance. I'm one of those who believe that the exact precision in the dimensions of the universe, the components of the atmosphere, of the air we breathe in, all those components, there's exact precision and accurate is too precise to be an accident. And even the formation of humans, everything is too precise to be an accident. So I'm one of those who believe that purpose is attached to God. I'm also one of those who believe that purpose is attached to the continuity of humanity, to make lives better. I'm one of those who believe that. And I'm one of those who believe that, as someone has said, to glorifying God is an ultimate purpose too. Glorifying God is an ultimate purpose too. And of course, the purpose will always be attached to creations. The earth is one of His creations. Purpose will be attached to that. The things around us is one of His creation. So if someone says, oh, his own purpose is to make sure the world is safe from this and this and that, it's still attached to God's creations. If someone is saying his own purpose is to save human lives, it's still attached to God's creation. Okay? If someone says, oh, his own purpose is to make sure children, I think someone mentioned that in the survey we did, is to help children who live with so, or people who live with disability, this and that, or children who are impoverished, or people in the village, this and that. Is still attached to God's creation and is to make it good, better. It's not to destroy it. So anyone who says they find fulfillment in doing things that destroy God's creation, that destroy uh, things around us, that brings destruction generally. But some people find joy in doing that, just to bring destruction, just to do evil. They just find, and they know how to do it. They are very good at it. Anyone who says that's where they find joy, believe me, that is not purpose. That shouldn't be life purpose. That's not God given purpose. All right. So the next question, I know that what I have on the screen is, does environment affect our discovery? I want you to include in your answer to how environment, where we stay, because now the purpose of this is to help some who are still thinking, I don't even know what to do. I remember in the form I sent where people applied for this, some of the responses I find was that some people said, I don't even know what to do. Some of the answers for some people was that I just finished NYSC. I don't even have a direction. I don't know what direction I'm facing, where I'm going. Some are saying, oh, I don't even know at this junction of my life. I don't even know. Some are saying, I just want to travel out of Nigeria for now, this and that. That's just all I'm thinking about. So we'll help us to answer the question, like 2 or 3 people will answer it. Does environment affect our discovery? And if it affects, how does it affect? What effect does it have on our journey of discovery of God, of purpose? Yes, Francisca, you can unmute this.
Hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Shobo. So I think environment really has like effect on discovering ourselves or reaching our purpose or our goals. Because, for instance, growing up I liked aeroplanes. I'd wanted to be a flight attendant and all that. So I studied hospitality. But after school, it's so hard finding a job. And where I am now in Ghana, it's hard for you to get an agency to employ you. And then again, so if you don't get anything to do, and then so I'm home, I'm unemployed at the moment. I've been unemployed for 2 years. And so people will come to you, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you go into military? Because I'm told, my mom said, why don't I go and then be a customs officer, go into police, and people just make suggestions, but they don't even ask you, what do you love to do? What do you really want to do? What do you enjoy doing? So I think with that, and in a way, in where I find myself, they make you feel like you are not old enough to make your decisions, like to make the right decision. So what they think is the right thing. And sometimes too, I think we don't get the right information at the right time. Because with study abroad, it was after school that one of my friends introduced me to that. But later I realized that while I was in school, I could have even explored that option as well. So I think environment has really affected how I think now and the things I want to do. I feel like I'm behind because I'm growing and I don't have a job. I don't even know where I'm going.
Mm.
So it has really affected me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
that
make
makes sense.
sense.
That makes sense because the environment conditions our mind many times. It conditions
Yes.
what we think. Many times we cannot
Yes.
think beyond our environment. We cannot think beyond the people around us. Many times
Yes.
it's so difficult to think beyond what we see. What
Yes.
we
And we think
see.
some things are not possible. But I saw some of my friends getting scholarship and living there. I'm like, no, this thing is possible. I can try it.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer, Francis. David, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me.
Loud
I'm
and
struggling
clear.
with my network. Okay, okay, the question is, does environment affect our discovery? Personally, I feel it does, because sometimes even I could remember when I was in schools, like there was a time that where I was staying, there was no lights, a lot of things were not just working, there was no table to study and all of that. So it was actually affecting my study life and all of that. But then I could remember going to another place where we had everything. There was a comfortable chair, table, and the place was well painted. There was always light. So I was always having this motivation to even record podcasts, to even make a YouTube video, try to do one or two things. I was always having that kind of motivation. Then just imagine it comparing Nigeria to outside country where most times there's always electricity, the weather is very, very okay. Like, yeah, sometimes you want to study, then the weather is so hot, maybe during the day, you can't even think straight, you can't do all of this. I so much feel like your environment has a lot of role to play. And I've seen some people in this demographic where you see their heights. Like you see this person is very tall, you just this person is supposed to be playing basketball, but this person has not really had the opportunity or privilege of engaging in such
Some have
activity.
not
And
even
you see a
seen a
lot of
basketball ball before.
exactly. And you see, like some of us too, there are a lot of things we can do. Just see some people can actually, I don't know, maybe play Scrabble or something like that. You expect this person to have gone far beyond all of this, and people just we don't forget in Nigeria we did something like that. So personally, I feel environment really has a major role to play with our purpose. We just pray that God quickly aligns us and help us to move to the environment that is suitable to our career. Thank you.
You use some very good examples, especially when you mentioned podcast. Now, we are in the US, many times I go to places and I meet people who say, oh, my wife watched your YouTube video, or I watched your YouTube video when I was doing this and that. I was walking on the road some times ago and a car stopped. I think it's either Indian or Bangladesh or something, and in Nigeria. I said, oh, you are Samuel Ajayi, this and that. And then the guy said, my wife watched all your videos when she was on F2, she was preparing for this and that, so she watched your YouTube video, blah, blah, blah. And I've met a lot of people that way. And do you know, funny thing, when I was in Nigeria, I'm not sure it ever crossed my mind to start a YouTube channel. I'm not sure it ever crossed my mind to start a YouTube channel and start dishing out information. The YouTube channel started during the pandemic. It was just an accident. My wife we were walking in a very serene environment, and my wife was like, "Oh, this place is cool." And then she just took a video, picked phone, started recording. She just talking, and then we're just making a video. And I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. We can upload this on the YouTube page." And that was how it all started. So I agree with what you said, David. It affects a lot. And you can't say the YouTube channel, for example, the Canal fighters help people impacted people. A lot of people. Thank you for that submission. Olorun Toba, let's have you. However, someone asked the other time if this session is being recorded. Yes, we are streaming it live on YouTube. So it will be there on YouTube too for anyone who wants to go over it again and again. Okay, so Olorun Toba, yes, let's have you.
All right, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
My name is Olorun Toba, a graduate of Estate Management and Valuation. I'm a Nigerian. So personally, I'm of the opinion that environment affects our discovery. Now, but first, I would like us to define the environment, probably categorize it into three for now: our physical environment, our social environment, and our intellectual environment. Now, what these three environments will do is to create a sense of possibility. In our social environment, there are things that let me start from the physical environment. There are things we see around us that limit our possibilities, that are likely to limit our possibilities, and there are things we see that, okay, let me give an example. While I was in Mina, I grew up in Mina. While I was in Mina, one of the major physical things is that we see planes maybe once in like a month. And you just see it far away from you, like we have to run out and come, and it's more like an epic stuff. Then I moved to Abuja, and almost every day I see plane. To some extent that you see the shadow. So it begs a possibility that that plane that we see, aeroplane, is not far-fetched, that there's a possibility that you can be in it and all that. In our social environment, there are certain, where we grow up, there are certain behavior that happen around us that makes us see whether they either limit us or give us the possibility that this thing can happen. If you take the US, for instance, now, the whole LGBTQ stuff and the whole gender, equality and all that, within that environment, there are some possibilities that have been created. So whether we like it or not, if you stay in that environment, you are likely to your discovery is likely going to be affected. So you are saying, okay, if this is possible, this is possible. If people are doing this, then there's a possibility I can do it. Whereas you can be in some community and you will never, the social environment will never give you that room to think of that possibility. Now, the intellectual aspect, there are people, let's even take, for instance, when we're in school, there are friends you would work with intellectually, and you just feel like writing 4.0 is going to be a miracle. But then on the other hand, there are some folks that you work with intellectually, and you're like, okay, 4.0 is easy. So your environment, whether physically, whether socially or intellectually, creates a possibility in your mind. It either limits your thinking ability or it creates a possibility. Thank you.
Very beautiful submission. Thank you. And on that issue of CGPA, let me give you a perfect example. I remember when I was in first year at the University of Ibadan, then this grade scale they used then was 7.0. I met a number of folks who had 7.0 perfect CGPA. In fact, I had someone show me his transcript 7.0. Like, wow, another person. I met a lot of people, some 6 point something. first class start from 6.0 to 7.0. I met some who had 6.7, 6.8. I was going to their rooms. They were showing me their transcript. I was like, wow. And in my mind, I was like, the least I must have is 6.7 or something. I think that was what I wrote in my diary. And I had 7.0. I had the highest possible. So I love that example. That is very, very true. Okay, Nebulisa Ernest. Let's have you.
Everyone. So,
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm Ernest. I so much believe that our environment can actually affect our discovery strongly because let's take, for example, if I have a child and then I begin to introduce the child to maybe, let's say, some certain things. Let's say I begin to introduce the child to programming. I begin to introduce the child to maybe business. You find out that as the child is growing up, he will tend to love one of those things I introduce him to. So that's why I so much believe that what one of us said about purpose, that uh, what you like is not actually a strong uh, way of,
Indication.
yeah. So because it depends on what you are being introduced to. So if I am introduced to some certain things, I will tend to love those things. And then in some cases, condition will make me to love some things. So environment, people that just like, even for Facebook, for example, the friends you keep around you, Facebook will begin to suggest some things to you. So,
Based
and
on
then from those things that Facebook will begin to suggest to you, you begin to like some of them. So, and then from there, you might pick interest in one of them and you begin to do that. So environment actually affect our discovery, our purpose in life. So there are so many things that we like today, not because we from beginning it depends on what we are introduced to. So I think that's my own submission.
Thank you. That's a beautiful submission. Thank you. Now, for those of us still here, I would twist the question a bit to include the last question, which is how do we now go about the discovery? Is it individual or can it be in a group journey? Should it be an individual journey or a group journey like what we're having now? This is a group. Okay, this discussion would have been suggesting things to different people. Oh, maybe I can start this. Maybe this is what I should actually do. Maybe this is what should actually happen to me. So should it be individually or in a group as a journey, as in a journey? How do we go about it? So let's start with you, Sinidolu.
So so I would like to join the second to the last question and this last question together. It has to do with environment and individual and group journey. So I feel in the environment, we can't leave the people out of the environment. People affect our environment a lot. And that environment affects our journey in life. So in this for this individual and group journey, individually, it depends on I feel it depends on your intellectual ability. Because there are some purposes you can do on your own. You are good to go. You do this, you are good in it. You do that, you are good in it. That person can focus on an individual journey. While for group journey, you can meet up people of same mind and focus on that particular purpose you want to pursue. Because right now, I am an high school graduate for like 3 years now. Similar people around me are high school graduates too. Without doing anything at home, just staying at home, doing nothing. So I changed my environment and I saw a drastic change in myself. I moved somewhere else. I met with people. I collaborated with people and I found join what I'm currently doing, which is software engineering, because it's a group journey and I participated in it, which I feel individual and group journey depends on your ability. Yes, that is it from me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful answer and beautiful example. Because you were at home just doing nothing because it's any group of people around you doing the same thing. You change your environment and then you saw people who like went into things you want and then you connected and it helped you. Following, what do you think? How does environment affect our discovery, our individual and group journey? How do we navigate? Larry, you can unmute yourself. Okay, Folari, maybe the network is dealing with Folari. Let's have Ifeoluwa, you can answer.
Good day, everyone. My
Hey,
name is.
Ifeoluwa.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
My name is Ifeoluwa, and I'm a graduate of biochemistry. And I want to say that yes.
Which school? Which school did you finish from?
From Federal University Oye Ekiti.
Oh, do you know I'm from Ekiti?
Oh, well, I'm also from Ekiti.
I'm from Aramoko in Ekiti State.
Oh, I'm from Ode Ekiti.
Interesting. And my wife studied biochemistry.
Oh, that is very nice, sir.
Yeah. All right, continue.
So I want to say that group individual discovery, it helps. Individual journey helps. We can do it individually, but I feel like group has a way of impacting our lives, our joy, our discovery further. In the sense that I want to use myself as an example. I have always wanted to be a researcher. I love research. When I started from reading. I'll read articles, I'll read and read, I'll read books. And then it got to a point I grew up in an environment where you see people, turning to something else from age 16, 15, 17. I still went on. I was like, no, I don't want to end up like this. I moved to university. Where then Nigeria, people were losing hope. What everybody wanted to do was just make money. I just want to make money. They will go to school for going to school's sake. They will say you want to be a researcher. They will like, is that a proper job? Look for something that will pay you money and all. And along the line, I started, my interest started waning. I was like, well, maybe it's not possible, the country and everything. And then 2022, I met someone and she told me how she's actively, she wanted to further, she loves research too. She actively wants to further her studies and go into research in United States, chemistry. I was like, wow, is this possible? And she said yes. And she got in, she's there already. And she brought up this interest back again. I was like, oh, so it's possible. Then I went online, I stumbled on your account, I stumbled on a lot of people's accounts, and I found out that, oh, this is truly possible. This is possible. And since then, the interest came back. I now say it with joy and with pride that, oh yes, I want to be a researcher. I want to work. I want to be a professor. I want to be a professor of this. And then I met people, joined groups, and like joined communities. And the lady I talked about, a younger brother also, is currently pursuing his PhD in chemistry. So, and those kind of examples made my journey to self-discovery, to my discovery very, very easy and very, very hopeful. And now sometimes if I feel, oh, I feel down, is it possible? Then I look at examples. I said, oh, these people I'm following, they can do this. I see example of someone saying, oh, I got a scholarship, I work as a researcher at this, and it keeps me driving, keeps me going. So I feel that yes, your individual journey, it helps, but group journey helps a lot. So that when you're individual, you are feeling down, or you are doubting yourself in your individual journey, the group journey helps you, keeps motivating you to do better. Thank you very much.
Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. Very true, very, very true. And it's very possible to get yourself, discover yourself individually. It's very possible. However, how far you go will still be determined by your environment, the group, so, and which is very important. Some people, their group, the group they found themselves, let me use that word first, which they found themselves, is a group of those who don't share anything in common with the values they carry. They share nothing in common. For example, imagine for me now, I used to say that I'm not demonizing those who go to who do this or those who go to club and all these things. For me, I would say I can't remember once I've ever been to club before. Of course, I've been to bar before because of some people, maybe colleagues. Then we went and they are drinking, and then we are talking. We're in a conference. We went out. We all go out together, and so I want to visit this bar. And for me, I would say, oh, give me Coke because that's what I drink. I love my sugar that way. I don't drink alcohol. So it's a conversation. We just talk and do those things. But some people, it's their lifestyle. Bars, clubs, this and that. It's very different from my own journey. It's very different from what I have passion for, from what I think is my purpose. Musicians, for example, those who do all this music and they may find themselves in club because that's what they want to do. That's where they connect. That's what they do. But for me, it's tangential. I will find my people in the laboratory. Okay, I will find people who have similar passion with me in school, in graduate school and the likes, which is why the group journey is also very important. If I discover myself individual and say, oh, this is what I want to do, I want to be like our sister has said, I want to be a whatever, maybe like some chemistry, I want to be a researcher. And I keep finding myself in the group of those who go to buy every day. I'm also there sitting with them, drinking palm wine. We are doing this. Every time I get home, I'm spent already. I just sleep, wake up the next morning. We find ourselves in the joints again. We do all those things and we continue. I will not have time to invest in what is important to me. I will not find the motivation. That contribution is so important. Thank you. All right, for Larry, let's have you. Larry, you can unmute yourself. Oh, Larry, okay, we've not been able to get Larry. All right, let's have you, Alvin, again. Alvin, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you again for this opportunity. To add on what my friends have said about what environmental effects, how environment affects our discovery. Actually, this is my story. I have a guy who come from Kenya, who went to the US to pursue PhD in journalism, actually. So she referred me to your page to be viewing your details and the videos you post. So I went and I found an interesting scholarship, but you find that what was limiting me to my discovery is that when you want to apply for a school, like in the US, you want to apply for a university, you're supposed to pay a fee, whereby you find that I wasn't able to get that fee due to resource availability. I wasn't able to get it because I couldn't manage to pay that amount. So that limits unavailability of resources, financial resources, limited me to my discovery. Also, to comment on this individual and group journey, you find that people have different purpose in life. You can have your purpose in life. Maybe for you, you don't want to maybe to do masters or to do PhD, but for another person he or she want to do it. So actually in life, you're supposed to to decide on your own. But when you come as a group, you can find that other people, you have decided you want to do this, but others are lagging you behind. They don't want to do it, or you decide to contribute on something, but others are hard on it. You see, so at some point, just making your own decision actually is good, but also thinking as a group can take you also far. You find that when you are, for example, working on a project, if you put your heads together, you can find that you have people can come up with excellent ideas, which if, when you are an individual, you can't come up with such. So that's my contribution actually. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Alvin. Very important, very important. Okay, Praise, you can unmute yourself to. No, sorry, I'm used to saying ask from Twitter Spaces
Okay.
and answer
Okay,
the
sir.
question.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. It's just like what Ifeoluwa said. Actually, we study the same because I'm also from Ekiti too.
Really,
So
where in Ekiti?
Osi Ekiti.
Osi Ekiti.
Yes. But currently now I'm doing my master's in biochemistry at UI. So
Right.
I would start
So
from
you know Professor Farumbi in UI.
yes, I do.
And you know all those, yeah. You know, my wife did a master's, BSc and MSc in UI, so I know some of those their names.
Yes, sir. So from the question, does environment affect our discovery? Yes, like a lot. Because I would say from my own journey right now, when I was in Ekiti, there was a lot of things I really wanted to do that I didn't have the avenue to do when I was there. And then I got the opportunity to move to Ibadan. And from the place where I work currently, like I work at IITA, I got, how would I
Oh,
put it?
you work at IITA?
Yes, sir.
That's internship or
Yes, something like internship. Yeah.
my wife also did an internship there at IITA. Which lab? Bioscience lab?
Yeah, not really, but I've worked in bioscience lab.
So you must know Sister Vicky or what? I think that's what they call it.
Yes. Sister Yemi, the lab
Okay, yeah,
manager.
the lab manager, yeah. Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, continue.
So I got to like changing my environment. I got to learn about a lot of things. I already knew about in aspect of scholarship, like right from my NYC days. I was not all these things, but I was not like in an environment whereby I was, how would I where I would push myself to like, let me say I want to apply. But when I got to IT, I did a lot. I applied for this 424, even though I didn't get it, but I got to interview stages and I could say that, yeah, like if I put more effort, I would actually get environment really affect our discovery. Yes, and in the aspect of individual and group, there are some things you have to do individually. There are some things that you have to like find it out by yourself individually. But group journey is always like the art of collaborating with people is like is a top thing. And in the aspect of working with people, people with like mind connecting together would actually help you to achieve something. In fact, it will not be only you. When you achieve the thing together, you will feel the joy. So I would say that group journey really matters a lot. And there's a place of you discovering something in the like just by yourself. Like in the aspect of maybe retrospecting, like you want to like, oh, how do I go about this thing? How do I go about this thing? Sometimes you just have to sit down alone and think. But yeah, there's a place of collaborating with people. And yeah, so it's a two-side thing. You need to like work with people, and there are sometimes you need to just be alone and think. So that's my
All
own
right.
take.
Thank you for the beautiful submission, Praise. Sometimes you need to be on your own and do things, work things out. Sometimes you need to be in a group. Sometimes you need to be in a group too. Beautiful, beautiful submission. Thank you, Praise. Thank you. That was really beautiful. All right. Margaret, let's have you.
Yes, please. Hello once again. I'm Margaret Frimpong from Ghana, and currently I'm having my national service with a food processing company as a quality assurance officer. So, to the question, does environment affect our discovery? It's a big yes, and it's a both-sided thing. Like from the individual aspect, it takes you to identify your purpose, it takes you to identify where your passion lies, and then with the group, you need to be with others. You need to have people you would learn from. You study from like-minded people. So I would want to give an experience when I went to university as a fresh student. I thought I was good coming from my school. And I was fortunate. I had the opportunity to join this group, a study group on campus, and it was amazing. There were very good students, hardworking students. So it came to a point that I had to learn from them in regards with my learning process, because I found that I wasn't doing my best. And then I was able to learn from one lady who was very hardworking. Her style of learning, I adapted it, and I was able to achieve a first class in school. And it went a long way to help me. So when it comes to going together with people, it's very important, because there are other things you learn from them, new skills, knowledge, something you wouldn't know, but because you are with them, you have the opportunity to identify and you can apply it to your own life. So there is a saying that if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go fast, then you have to go together. So being with people and learning from them is very important in the aspect of achieving our goals and fulfilling our purpose, and we can't downplay that. However, as an individual, you need to have your own personal goals you would want to achieve, so that you will be directed, and then you can go according to your plans, what you have in mind to achieve. Thank you very much.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much. That was a very beautiful solution. Congratulations on your first list. Beautiful solution. Some things you just have to do on your own. Some things you need the group to push you. You need a group to push you, to help you into that journey of discovery. And not just discovery, when you have discovered it, sometimes we tend to give up while trying to walk in the purpose. We try to give up. Many times we try to give up. So if you push in that direction, you have a group around you, they help you to push in that direction and not to give up, and not to give up. So it's very, very, very important. And that's why I'm one of those that tell people I choose my friends. I don't just let circumstances determine who becomes my friend or who becomes my group. You understand? I choose, like, oh, I love this person. I just like this person can be my friend. There are some relationship I've been keeping for years now, because we find value in each other. We encourage each other. We push each other to do well. So, and I keep those relationships because they are very valuable. Some relationship from my NYSC days, in 20, I did NYSC in 2013. Those relationship, I still keep some of them. If I remember when I finished NYC, we started publishing magazines in Ibadan. Then for students, we will publish magazines, give it out to students for free and all those things. And there are some people I had met during NYC that they were good writers. They write well and they have this wisdom. I just love these people so much. And I kept that relationship. We keep talking, we keep calling each other. Some of them now today we still keep talking weekend, we still call ourselves. Many of us are scattered all over the world now. So we still keep the communication going. Just we hold that conference, people will come together, we charge each other again, talk to each other, we'll hold retreats, encourage each other, and you see people go back again, still continue to do this. And I'm hoping that these meetings which you have will become something of such. We'll get scholarships, yeah, but beyond that, what do you want to do? What impact do you want to have? And if you know what you want to do, you need a community to help in pushing that. So that's why it's very important. So thank you, Margaret. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Isaiah, let's have you.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Good
My name is
afternoon, good
Isaiah.
evening.
I'm a graduate of University of Ibadan. I study economics. So, from what is being discussed, I believe that moving individually and moving as a group is a two-side coin. Just like what Grace said, that firstly, you have to, moving as an individual, you have to know your purpose. Moving as a group, the best reason why you want to move as a group is when you understand your purpose, understand your limitation, and you work with people to help you. You know, the Bible says, iron sharpeneth iron. So is the containers of a friend. So once you know who you are, you'll be able to rub minds with people, and in so doing, you'll be able to achieve a greater goal. Especially for me in my scholarship pursuit and also in life, I found out that one of the reasons why I was so passionate about academics, even though I didn't graduate with the best result, was because of the people I look onto while I was at doing my early days. He was a brother to me. Now he's in US, New York. He graduated with first class in at Unilag, and it was an inspiration with me. Whenever I talk with him, he's always encouraging me, always motivating me, scolding me if I'm wrong in terms of academics and other stuff like that. So I saw it was a big help for me in trying to pursue admission internationally. Then I also saw that my because of the understanding, knowing my purpose, knowing why I want to do this, I can move around with people of like minds. Then I because I understand that I can't do things by myself alone. Like the saying that if you want to move far, you have to move with people. So then you know that in this graduate uh pursuit, you need information, and the best way you can get information is association. So those are the reason why you cannot but know be strategic in associating yourself, be strategic in having a community, because there are some many informations you cannot have access to unless you move with people. I remember the first time I got admission this year that I have to stop because of I when I saw the cost of attendance, I saw it's not logical for me to pursue to follow the admission again. I was following a group concerning interviews, and I saw people looking how they find dates and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't have idea before. So because of the group I joined, I learned so people can search for date faster, stuff like that. So if I did not join the group, if I'm not in that group, I will not have idea of that, and I might be looking for agents to uh to get a date for me for appointment. So these are the things why it is in moving forward. It is in your journey. You have to move with. You have to know your purpose, because you are an individual, that you are an iron that knows where it's going. But if you want to have precision, you have to work with like-minded people. So it's a both way thing. They are because at least there's a stage where you will work as an individual, but there's a stage where you will need people to help you in your vision. So I feel it is very, very important to know when you need people and when you have to work alone. That's my information, sir.
Thank you so much, Isaiah. Very important to know when you need to be alone and when you need to work in a group. Thank you. Awesome submission. Awesome submission. Shegun, let's have you.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity once again. Um, I want to believe with what everyone has been saying all this while. And I believe that, let me take this program, for instance. You know, we all believe that this is a kind of a group program. But then at the same time, before we come into this program, we had to make a decision individually. So, like me as a person, I had to make my own decision of coming to this program. That okay, I think there should be a kind of value delivery in this program, and I think this program is going to move me from this particular level to a kind of expected level. I believe every one of us in this place has that kind of mentality in our heart. So it is important to note that individual decision making thrive more on individual level when it comes to self-discovery. As far as self-discovery is concerned, decision making thrive more on individual level. Yes, I'm not going to dispute the fact that on the group level, we are going to be exposed to information, we are going to be exposed to knowledge, and we are going to be exposed to opportunity and several other things. But even at the end of the day, as far as this, even in this program too, at the end of the day, I believe strongly that individual will still be left to make decision at the end of the day, after gathering the information, after getting connected, all of these things, after getting the required knowledge to thrive in life, we will still all be left to where we started. You know, we made individual decision to join this program. So after the training, after everything, we will still be left to make decision individually, whether to make use of everything we've gathered, every knowledge we've gathered, every information we've been exposed to individually. We are still going to make that decision at one point or the other. You made a very wonderful point, and at the same time, it I don't know. I find it somehow pitiful that we had a good number of people starting together, but at the end of the day, some people will still have to drop out along the line. It's a kind of decision, whether consciously or unconsciously. It's still a decision individual we still are still going to make. Though my point is this: um, we are going to make the decision individually and collectively as a group. So I believe that as far as self-discovery is concerned, individual decision is more stronger than the group decision, because if at the end of the day we gather all the required knowledge, if we do nothing with the knowledge, it's as good as not gathering the knowledge. So that's just my own submission to this.
Awesome submission. Awesome submission. Not relegate the power of our individual decisions at the end of the day. Not relegate. Um, let's have you, Oluwabunmi. Move to the next slide, which will be just the next slide. Last slide. The question. Then there's a question in the chat box that we'll answer to. We'll try and find answers to it. I know some people have started giving answers to it already. So if you want to contribute in the chat box too, and contribute. So Oluwabunmi, let's have you.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Olabumi Akitola, a part 5 student of the Department of Urban and Regional Planning of Afemi Awolowo University, and looking into exploring transportation planning. Concerning and the environment influencing one, yes, I can say that the environment has one or two things to do to influence one's discovery. It is just like somebody using a particular app, and over time, there's always a footprint there. So before you know it, there is this, I don't, should I say algorithm, that before you know it, you just have similar, what's it called, prints
Similar
of
things popping up.
what you do every day. And that's why I think it influences both negatively and positively. I would like to use myself as a case study. I came in as a direct entry student. I started from the Polytechnic Ibadan. While the line, I met with a group of people and I made friends with my lecturer, and they were like, oh, I really like the way you take this course seriously and the likes. And they advised me that instead of coming back for my higher national diploma, why not proceed for BSc? And that was how I said, what if I'd joined the wrong set of people? They will really have advised me the best way they can, because they said we are the average of the 5 friends we make. Same thing as the environment. The environment makes up of people you work around or move with. Coming to individual and group journey, I would say it all starts with you as an individual. And then it's now, let me say, it's now expand to what I call group journey. It takes one person to start, but along the line, you get to meet people with same mindset, and that's how it becomes a group. And I would like to come up with this, the essence of this group journey is to ensure everybody is making progress and accountability.
Yeah.
I guess that's what
Yeah.
it's all about. Thank you very much.
Accountability, very, very important. Very, very important. But I love the point Jayola just put in the chat box. She said, I think the group journey is to keep you in check. Very important. Keep in check. No one will discover you for you. People may say things they notice about you. People may say things they know you can do well. Yes, but remember we have established that sometimes it is not the best indicator. So accountability is one of the beauty of this journey. We have discovered this is where I should be, this is the direction I should take. Then you need accountability. The group journey is very, very important. Thank you, thank you. And of course, the beauty of group two, let me just make it things light a bit, and which is the nice thing that I'm saying here. Even though I wish people do more videos, maybe video show your face, or you have a picture, blah, blah, blah. You know, we have different category of people in this group. Many people who are single, you know, when you start knowing each other's values, you know, the Lord may be leading sister A to brother B, or brother B to sister A, and then who knows what this group will achieve in that direction. That's what the group will achieve. Yeah, and then you see some of us will help you to celebrate. If you say there is a wedding somewhere, we send representative, those who will represent, and then attend your wedding. God can do a lot of things. All right, but in all seriousness, this is very, very important, because in group we meet people who will help us to push further. We meet people who help us to push further in that direction we want to go. And like someone mentioned the scripture that says iron sharpened iron, which is very true, which is very, very true. All right, before we leave, let's answer this question. As you are answering this question, let me move to the next slide, so that from all we have said, remember we said some things from the very beginning, what you think, what our main purpose is on earth, what is the most important thing to us in life. So there is a new survey we want to take, which will be about all that we've been talking about, what you think purpose is. When you think about purpose now, what do you think about when you think purpose? So while your responses are coming in, just scan the code. If you're not able to scan the code, so if you are not able to scan because you are using your phone as uh, whatever as this for this space, I mean for this session, you can just go to the website slido.com and then put in that number. It's going to lead you to the question directly and you can answer. So we will see your answer on the screen. All right, but there's a question in the chat box which I want one or two people to talk about. I will talk about it, but I will just want one or two people to talk about it too. Bolaji is asking, I would like to ask a question about regrets. As an adult, I feel like I've made many mistakes, wrong choices in life. People tell me to forget the past, but the past is still connected to the present. How can I cope with the mental agony and crippling sense of anxiety caused by numerous regrets? Okay, so Bolaji, this is what I would have to say to you. We cannot, the past will always be the past. It's there. We can't erase it, right? There are wrong things we have done in the past. And when people tell you to forget about the past, in the real sense, we can't really forget it because it's in our past, it's there, right? It has happened, except we wipe our memory. That's the reality. What I would say to you is how you think about the past now, how you think about those wrong choices. What lesson have you learned from it? What have you learned from the past? What lessons have you learned? Because if you didn't learn anything from those things, then it will be a waste. Okay. What lesson have you learned? How are you trying to mend the future based on the past? For example, people who have had some sort of, let's say, addiction, for example, in the past, people who have had some sort of addiction, let's say addiction with drugs, substances, and the like. It's a painful thing, the years they've wasted and the life. The way many people want to forge ahead is this. I engage in all these terrible things. Some who have gone to prison, for example, too. And they're saying, going forward, what I want to do is to be able to make sure that people will not experience the same pain I've experienced. People, children will not go into drugs the way I've gone into drugs, or people will not go into prison the way I've gone into prison. Or they will say, "Oh, even if I go into prison, I want to make sure that I." Someone said nightmare. Okay, all right. So you want to say, I want to make sure that people don't face the same thing I have faced. What can I do? Those mistakes I made, I want to say now that how will I channel my purpose now or my direction to help making sure that people don't fall into that same pit I fell into. Okay. So these are some of the ways to think about it. So you still remember the past, but the way you think about it now is what will matter. So the mental agony, in sense of anxiety, regrets. There are many things we have regrets for, and there will still be things that we will do that we will still have regrets for. You can't change that, but you can change how you think about it, how you view it, how you view those mistakes. It's very important how you view it. It's either what you have learned or what you have decided to do based on that to make sure such does not happen again. Okay, so, and of course, I see someone mentioned there that forgive yourself. That's very important. You have to forgive yourself first and foremost. It's very, very important. Where is that background noise coming from? So, forgive yourself, very important. You have to forgive yourself. It's very, very important. And someone is saying, Juliana is saying, and understand that there's no possibility of going back to the past. It is already done. Okay? It's already done. What you can do and should do is focus on the present, focus on what you can do now to to make sure you don't have even more regrets in your future. Exactly. Forgive yourself, improve, and develop yourself to become the best version that you can be at a time. Put yourself some slash. And very important suggestion that people are giving you in the comments. Another one, Priscilla is telling you, forgive yourself. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has regrets, true. But when there is life, there is hope. God has a plan for your life and it can still make you no matter how much time you think you have wasted. Yeah, you have to let God, trust Jesus, start again, surround yourself with people that encourage you and inspire you. Also, you can ask questions for the new path you want to take. Exactly, the new path, very important, very important. You want to take. The only time that all hope is lost is when there is no life anymore. So in fact, this person gave you an example of KFC, who started as a CEO when he was 65. So you can start again. Beautiful responses. Yeah. As long as everyone has a particular chapter that they would like to skip, telling you everyone has, trust me, that they would like to skip. But the reality is that we can't undo the past, but can pick up the lessons and heal. The growth mindset will move away from the past. But the start mindset will remain in the past. So leave the past, move away, check about things you can do. All right, back to our question on what you think when you think it purpose. What do you think when you think purpose? Someone said objective. Someone said personal fulfillment and contribution to others. Someone said God's will. Someone said goals and aspiration. Interesting. Someone said positive impact. Okay. Someone said God's divine plan for creating me. I see myself as a burden bearer. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Someone said God. Someone said to achieve. Someone said purpose, said impact. Someone said nightmare. Interesting. Nightmare. So when you think about purpose, it's like a nightmare to you, something you are yet to unravel. Okay, someone said thoughts, convinced, thinking. Someone is thinking. Impact people, yeah. Someone said what I'm on earth for. Someone said positivity, the purpose. Someone said my purpose is to help people. Okay, so if it's on your screen, you just scan the code or just visit that website and input the number. Just quickly, let's have more people participate in this. Let's have more people about what they think about purpose. I want to believe from what all we have discussed today, you would have seen that purpose is not just all about us. It's not centered around us only. It's not just centered about us. It's vertical and parallel, God and others. That is the way purpose is. And then we have mentioned the fact that it has something to do with God, has something to do with the creator and the creator and all creation. That's what we mean. Okay, humanity. More people are saying humanity. That's why it's coming out that way. Humanity. More people are saying humanity. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Humanity, which is true. God and humanity. That's beautiful. Let's add more. Let's add more. Let's see what we pop out more and show up more. So someone said for God and humanity. Okay. As my contribution to this world. Okay. Let's wait for those who are still writing, those who are still trying to join in. Let's see, what do you think about when you think purpose? What comes to your mind? You just think purpose, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? And of course, when we talk purpose, some people say, oh, does that mean I should not focus on myself? No, no. Because you focus on yourself, you can't. If you have to focus on yourself before you can give out to others. You must be able to drink first before you can push out. You must be able to drink before you can. You must be filled before you can push out. Isaiah, I see your hand has been up since. Do you still want to add? You want to answer the question that Bolaji asked? Let me ask you to unmute yourself so you can talk if that's what you want to do. Okay, I think Isaiah is he maybe forgot to put his hands. Priest, you want to say something to that question that Bolaji asked? I see you unmuted yourself.
No, it was a mistake.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, again, one of the things I would love to go on in the group as we do this is intra-relationship within each other. Okay. If you see someone nice submission, this and that, you can chat them, can exchange contact, it's permitted. I mean, it has to be the consent of both, right? You'll see that when I send emails out, you don't see each other's emails. It's intentional. I made it that way so that you don't have unsolicited messages from people who just look at the other emails and send messages out to you. But from our discussion, you may see that, oh, this person I love, the way this person is talking. We have more discussion, more and more. And you just say, oh, I love the way this person is talking. Or I love this person, she studied biochemistry. Like we've seen two people study biochemistry now, and they are from Ekiti State. So you can just connect and connect with each other. It's a nice thing. Okay, this is how long-term relationships build. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship in that sense. We used to talk about that anyway, but it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Long-term relationships. This is how they are built. This is how our communities are built. This is how we connect with each other. I'll tell you, there are some people I connected with online in some places on some platform many years ago. We are still friends. There are some we've never seen face to face, but there is one I connected with this lady and then somehow connected with the whole family, the husband, the children, and the likes. And then they were your family were in Nigeria then, but they moved to the US too. And we've not met each other. But my wife went for a conference recently, and this lady went to that same conference too with her family. And my wife and all these people, they connected again. We talk on phone. When things were happening to her in Nigeria, we were calling, praying together on phone. We've never met each other before, except that my wife just met her this year, and we've been friends for like 5 years now, and we pray with each other, talk to each other, encourage each other when things go tough. All right. So these are the way long-term relationships are built. It's very important. So yes, we can connect with each other. It's very, very, very I encourage that. And who knows where we can eat wedding rice. I say wedding rice will come somewhere. All right. Oh, this question. Okay, so this is question and answer. This question, my wife left this question here. Don't mind my wife. She's a, what do you call her? She talks a lot. Just that's cool. So if you have a question that you don't want to share here, you can also share it here. If you share, you scan this code. But this very first one, that's my wife. That's my wife just being my wife. So if you have any question before we end, before I stop sharing the screen, you can ask. Let me share this form in the chat again. Okay, so I'll share the form in the chat again, and then you can fill the form. The form will just ask 3 questions: your name, your email, and your feedback on what we have done today, and any suggestion, the direction you feel. I'm big on having suggestions from people. I love that because it's what we are doing together. It's a community. So I've shared the form in in the in this chat again. Someone is saying, this is so sweet. Oh, that's just my wife. That's just okay. So someone saying, how do I know if I have found my purpose? Let me say it from the beginning that purpose may not, you may not know the exact fullness of it from the beginning. You may not know, okay, from the beginning. It can just be what you it can just be you have a direction from the very beginning, and you are just following it, and it keeps, you may not even think it's a purpose, and it keeps opening up more and more. Okay, and you just continue in that direction, and it keeps opening up more and more, and you just continue. And as we have said, from all we have said, that it is directed towards humanity. You've seen that it is from God. It is directed towards God's creation. It's from God and His creation. It's not to hurt humanity, because some people have someone is saying is purpose and passion the same. Some people have a passion for some things that is directly against humanity, that is directly against the works of creation. Okay, so you may not exactly be sure that this is purpose. You may just feel like some people just love teaching, some people just love dealing with students. Okay? And eventually, or children, eventually they just say, oh, maybe I should start doing something that has to do with training children or having a conference for youths. And they just continue that way. And they just continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Or let's say someone is singing in the church, someone just loves singing. Someone just say, I love this singing, or let me just learn how to play the keyboard. The person learned how to play keyboard. And the person, oh, maybe I'm part of a choir now. The person starts in the choir. And the person start getting invitation all over. People started inviting the person all over the world, and they just continued that way. The person didn't even give particular weight to it from beginning, like, oh, this must be my purpose. My purpose. The person didn't say from beginning, my purpose is to be the world best musician, or this person that people are inviting from all over the world. It started small. So what I will say is find a place to become useful. That's very important. Find a place to become useful. Don't wait till you say, I'm searching for a purpose, my purpose. I'm searching for my purpose, and you keep on waiting and searching. Just find a way to become useful. Look for solutions, because that's the whole essence of what we have said. You see a problem, look for solutions, like, oh, I want to be a solution. I can be a solution. Be a solution. You see children who are helpless in your community. Let's say you just see these children, like they they don't, let's say little kids, they don't have clothes. You see them not wearing clothes every day. And you just say, oh, you go online, do we have anyone who have used clothes for kids or for babies? And you see people donate clothes to you, and you take it, you make sure they are clean, they are okay. You take it to these children or their parents, and you give them. And the children are wearing clothes, and you are happy. Everybody's happy that people have been helped. Then you see another help need in the community, like, oh, some people, they don't have a way of going to school or something, and you think, okay, what can we do? What can we raise? How can we raise something for this? And find a way to solve that. And before you know it, you start developing a passion, like, oh, maybe these children, I can help them in doing more. I can do, and it continues to grow. And before you know it, you have an NGO where you are helping kids. It started. I'll use Tunde as an example. Most people here will know Tunde who plays chess. He loves chess, and he just started, and he said, okay, this chess looks good. I can teach more people. This can help people in slums and the likes. And then it just continued to grow that way. So purpose, you don't have to sit down and say, now I'm looking for purpose. When I started talking to people about scholarships, I just felt, yeah, let me just start doing it. I see a lot of people don't have this information I have. And I started sharing it. When I started holding conferences for students in school in Nigeria, I just felt there's something lacking that I feel these students should need. Let me bring them together and then talk to them. Let's start creating magazines and let them read it. So um, that is just it. That is just it. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, okay, okay. It's been a great time today. Please fill that form that I've shared. Please, very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, so there's a question now uh, in the chat box, which I'm just saying, and I see people have been responding. I'm happy that people are responding. We are our brother skipper. You see, it doesn't have to be me. Someone said, good evening, everyone. Please, I also have a question. I don't think I can say I know my purpose or I'm still confused. I've always loved seeing or producing electricity. Like I hold this I drive, like I hold this I drive that this I drive that a lot needs and can be done to prove the currency, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. The problem now is that I have bad grades. I go plus during lectures, but just enjoy the practical aspect. I'm in my final year and I'm a graduate the second class, lower which from the side can give me a lot of scholarship further my. I have cried, had separate thoughts and back down, asked question if this is the right path or purpose. I also want to drop out studying, elect to elect, as I feel this bad grades gives me doubt that this is not my. Is that one experience? Is if yes, how did you navigate? Okay, Juliana, thank you for your question. For your answer to her, Juliana is answering the question. I think you might need to first sit with yourself and assess your passion, what your passion is. Do not think about the grades now. Okay, so thank you for that answer, Juliana. And I agree you need to sit and see what your passion is. But number one, I will ask you to drop out, finish it, okay? If it's about scholarship, trust me, you can get scholarship with you. A lot of people are doing that. Even though, yes, it's good to have high grades, it gives you more opportunity. It's not the end of the world. You want to sit down and see what are the skills you want to build. Try and build skills around things you want to do, things you want to solve. Okay? So solutions you want to build, you want to give, build skills around it. For example, when I was giving an example of someone who is trying to help kids, it may involve going.
This was an impactful. I really loved it from the start.
It may involve going to learn how to make things for the children to make it happen. Save electricity. It involves getting extra skills, special skills. So, number one, don't give up because of bad grades. Don't give up. There's a community here where you can find help too. There's a community here where you can find advice. So don't give up. Don't give up. All right, all right. Please fill the form. I've sent it many times. I will send it again. Fill the form. It's just to get your feedback, your email. Just mention your name, what you studied, and get your feedback. And then remember, I said let's connect with each other. I love those connections. They are usually very good. Our next meeting will be the end of June rather. That will be our next meeting. We'll send emails. You'll receive emails also on that. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined in today. I want to say a big thank you to you. God bless you real good. God bless you real good. God bless you real good. Bless you real good. Mutala, I can see your face. Thank you for showing your face, your handsome face. Thank you for sharing it. For those of you who have picture on your profile, thank you for showing us your face. Osiochuku, Kosisochuku. Yeah, I got that right. Thank you. I can see Ifeoluwa. I can see Taiwo, John, Adedipe, Adedamola. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you, Rigo. Johnson, yes, you answered some of our questions. Rigo Francisca, I can see you. God bless you, Rigo. Thank you, thank you. Nice one. I can see Isaiah. What are you showing us, Isaiah? That's your room anyway, I think. Nice one. Thank you. Who else can I see? I can see Ernest. Ernest is trying to show us. Okay. Isaiah. Okay, we are seeing what that. All right. Thank you to everyone. Thank you. I hope you make it to the next meeting. We're gonna send email out, and then the topic which we'll be discussing. Ernest. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mutala, are you finding difficulty filling the form? I think with your Gmail account, you should be able to fill it. If you have a Gmail account, you should be able to fill it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oluwa, thank you. Thank you for your contributions, your submissions. Very beautiful submissions. All right, Isaiah, we can see your face now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When we start discussing next week, you'll be telling us where you are speaking from too, so that we can have a mental picture of your situation. So we will talk about a very important discussion next week, from one of those topics which we have I liked it. All right, everyone, have a great day ahead of you, depending on where you are, or have a nice night, depending on where you are. God bless you. Real good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Anna, nice hearing your voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, Shego, thank you for your beautiful contributions. So thank you. Very beautiful contributions.
Thank you, and
Thank you
see
so much,
you.
sir.
Mr. Johnson, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless
sir.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Peace.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Peace. I hope your questions were attended to. I mean, I hope you really found the answers to your questions. Thank you. God
Yes,
bless
sir.
you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. See you next time, sir.
All right, David, thank you. God bless you real good. And let me say it, if you have any personal question, you can send emails. Please feel free to ask.